Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and I recently heard a rumor floating about from the 40K Empresses channel. I learned about her when I was looking to see if there might be any other Warhammer girls also speaking up against the gender swapping of custodies and GW silencing everyone who had anything to say about it. And I found her. And a couple days ago, I noticed she had joined my subscribers. And I was like, oh, I know you. And I went to check out what she was saying about GW these days. And I found this video where she chats about a Rumour, Marshall Bohemond, I might be how you pronounce it, posted on X. She also has an interview chatting to him about his sources in the rumor. So if you want to check out her video, then I'll have that added in the description. Now, I don't believe this rumor, not in its entirety anyway, based on my own experience with Games Workshop, which I'll get into. Well, in fact, it seems to me like this is some form of scapegoat, actually, created to lift the blame off of GW's shoulders so that they can wash their hands of all of this mess from their ill-advised, ham-fisted decision making of slapping the woman tag on the custodies so they can call themselves inclusive. Well, that's my opinion of this rumor. But you let me know about it in the comments. Honestly, it would actually be really nice if it were true, because then there would be some hope for Games Workshop going forward. Okay, let's do it. So, the rumor. All right, he says, so after my post earlier, here's what actually went down with the 10th edition Custodes at Games Workshop according to sources. We don't have his sources, but I can understand how them wanting to keep their jobs would keep them anonymous. It wasn't Amazon, it wasn't the GW higher ups, and it wasn't the lore writing team. It was an editor who changed some pronouns around in the Custodes Codex because he was under the impression no one actually read the lore and could get away with it. First of all, I have no idea what the criteria is for a job as editor for a 40K codex, but I would have thought, by all accounts, you should have some experience with Warhammer, and no one who has been playing Warhammer for any length of time or has been involved in a Warhammer community for any length of time could surely think that the lore doesn't matter. That seems absolutely ridiculous. And not only did he change pronouns and names from these stories, but there used to be probably a lot of references to the Brotherhood in there, so he approved it for printing after his little stunt, which was done purely to troll. Alcohol was probably involved. I think a whole lot of narcissism was probably involved, if this was indeed the case. That Spanish reg spotted it almost instantly, and it caused an internal crisis at GW. I absolutely despise when someone comes into a community and has no appreciation for all the work that came before. All right, Roundtree is notoriously against DEI garbage in Warhammer 40k, and they use Age of Sigmar as a dumping ground for it to appease investors. There were allegations that this book contains, how do I say this so that YouTube allows me to say it? there were allegations that there were inappropriate adult-child relationships suggested or encouraged in this book, and that is an unfair assessment. It does no one any good to have unfair allegations. That is incredibly unfair, this book. This book, I mean, I didn't particularly care for it, but I have liked Graham McNeil's stuff before. But this book does not contain any such thing. There is a mention of a boy meets boy scenario. That's it. Boy meets boy. Not man meets boy meets boy scenario. If you actually read the passage, you would not think otherwise. So it is disingenuous to suggest that it had anything to do with adult-child relationships. I just wanted to put that there because accuracy and false allegations is just not right. All right, of that kind, that's a pretty mean false allegation. All right, Roundtree is notoriously against DEI garbage in Warhammer 40k, and they use Age of Sigmar as a dumping ground for it to appease investors. They know they can safely put it there because AOS is unpopular. In comparison to 40k, absolutely. There was a point in time, though, that it had a big surge in popularity. I wonder if this has anything to do with why it fell apart again. The Warhammer Twitter post that confirmed it was always canon was by a wagey intern from Nottingham University who also blocked all those people. Now, it certainly takes only one person to block someone on an account, sure, but an intern made that kind of decision all on their own? I don't know. I mean, I know audacity and activism go hand in hand, but an intern, it just seems too easy to use this intern, unnamed intern, as a scapegoat for their mistake. That isn't necessarily why that I don't believe it, though. It's actually, again, my own experience, because not just these two people could possibly be involved. If Games Workshop, around the same time, soon after I made my female custodians video, I'll also link that in the description so you have some reference to what I'm talking about. Soon after I made that video, the items that Games Workshop were sending me started petering out and then have died away entirely. And one would hope that maybe that has nothing to do with it. And they were like, you know what? It's just time that she stopped receiving product. But why? It's just the timing is a little suspect. And as far as I'm aware, I could absolutely be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, I'm one of the few people that they stopped sending items to. And I had such great views on my Leviathan review, the Leviathan box set, that it was surprising that they did not send me the Scaventide box set. But because of that, it seems like there are far more people involved than one intern and one editor, because I'm presuming that they could not possibly be involved with watching YouTube videos and deciding, you know what? I don't think that this YouTuber should get any more stuff. It feels like there must be at least one more person involved. It has caused both of the reps that I had communication with within GW when it comes to the YouTube channel to ghost me. And one even told me he wouldn't, but he totally has. I am very disappointed in GW on that regard. You could have said something. You could have said something before. You could have said something after. And I am without question that they are no longer responding to any of my messages. It's funny, though. It's funny. They accidentally sent me something. They sent me the rules to the inquisitorial agents. I know it was accidental, because it was titled to someone else. They quickly said, whoops, yes, we definitely meant to send it to you, and here you go. But besides that one instance, they have not responded to any of my questions like, hi, I'm cancelled, aren't I? Why would I be cancelled? Is anyone out there? Hello? Besides that one instance where they were like, whoops, no, we actually did mean to send it to you. Here you go. I guess to keep me from chatting about it prematurely. They have been radio silent before and since, so it can't be just these two people. Okay, but let's continue on. Let's finish up the rumor. The wagey intern was an obnoxious lefty, according to sources, even by the standards of your average Warhammer community intern. Roundtree was going to stage a meeting to formulate a response and retraction before things got out of hand, but then the intern in charge of the Twitter account went AWOL. Isn't that so nice for them? This rumor, that's why I'm like, I don't know. The intern went AWOL. Oh, I'm sorry. We can't find him. He can't make a statement because he's nowhere to be. All right. Roundtree was apparently furious. Heads rolled due to this incident. Several people have been let go from Games Workshop. I guess we'll just see, won't we? We'll see going forward. Amazon is probably highly confused by all of this because they've received so much hate mail blaming them for the incident that they had to actually answer with people and not canned AI responses. Much as I hate to defend Amazon, they are blameless in the situation, if the rumor is so. All reports after the incident show the Custodes boxes gathering dust on shelves. Can attest to that. Not only that, GW reps contacted retail stores asking if they wanted to buy more of the Custodes battle forces, and that is so unheard of. The orc battle forces that came out at the exact same time, you didn't get more of them. You weren't offered more orc battle forces and Custodes battle forces. You were only offered more Custodes battle forces because GW had a surprisingly large amount of them left. So, the editor's little trolling attempt did more damage than the bad rules ever could. The 4chan leaks about it were fake. TLDR. Games Workshop continues to have a left hand that doesn't know what its right hand is doing. Very Imperium-esque, isn't it? And now it's bit them right in their stock values and cost them dearly on what was supposed to be a tentpole faction release. CEO was big mad, people got fired for it. You're under no requirement to believe any of this. I don't know where GW will go from here. Either way, the situation sounds hilarious. Yeah. Well, that's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts on the rumor. This feels very much like a scapegoat, like I was saying, and if that is the case, there are worse things. There are. If this is possibly their first step to putting things back the way they were and forgetting that they ever thought about female Custodes, I mean, I'm all for it. And not everyone at Games Workshop is against me. I've had people working within Games Workshop letting me know that they saw me on a anti-woke Warhammer channel list and they were proud to know my name and to know me. So remember, Games Workshop's a big company, Warhammer's a bigger community, and it'll survive. Hopefully, they've learned their lesson and we can go back to loving models and painting them. And I will catch you in the next video. My next video is going to be, I think I'm going to be showing off some of the models that I've been sent by other companies, because I love models. So I'm excited to show you that. And probably more painting videos because I'm very much enjoying the series, and the people who are actually watching the series, I'm going to keep doing it for you. Okay,